Dear scholars and participants, good morning. Thank you so much for giving me this chance to present my research at the Icsht 2024. My name is Gui Yi. Currently, I'm a doctoral student under the supervision of Dr. Gui Yi at UTM. The title of my research is Developing Intercultural Communicative Competence in Chinese English Language Learners. This is the outline of my research. Part 1, Introduction. Part 2, Literature Review, will reveal the theoretical underpinning of my research. Part 3 includes the research methodology and pilot study. For the introduction, in China, progress in intercultural communicative competence is evident through increased emphasis on intercultural communication in language education, growing international exchanges, and corporate recognition of ICC skills in the workplace. However, there remains a significant gap in availability of the comprehensive ICC English teaching module designed specifically to enhance Chinese students' ICC in specific course in China. I have delved deeper into 3 issues in China. There is a lack of awareness of intercultural knowledge, attitude, and communicative skills among Chinese AFL students. English teachers emphasize the language proficiency and treat intercultural competence as secondary or ignore it entirely. There is no existing ICC teaching modules which integrate ICC into a specific course. The problem statement for this research is numerous studies have investigated the intercultural learning experience of Chinese students enrolled in universities abroad, such as in the UK, North America, and New Zealand. While efforts have been made to integrate language and culture in the curriculum, there remains a paucity of research specifically focused on assessing the impact of ICC modules on students' ICC skills, knowledge, awareness, and attitude. This can conclude that there is insufficient empirical evidence documenting the practical approaches to implementing ICC teaching modules in AFL curriculum which lead to the development of Chinese students' ICC in China. Therefore, I endeavor to achieve 3 research objectives. 1. To investigate the effect of intercultural communicative competence teaching module on students' ICC development in terms of awareness, skill, knowledge, and attitude. 2. To examine the ways of students perceive the implementation of ICC teaching module and developing their ICC. 3. To examine the ways of the teacher perceive the implementation of ICC teaching module and developing students' ICC. For the research objectives, I derived 3 research questions. What does an English language class integrated with ICC teaching module affect students' ICC in terms of skill, knowledge, awareness, and attitude? How do students perceive the implementation of ICC teaching module and developing their ICC? How does the teacher perceive the implementation of ICC teaching module and developing students' ICC? There are 4 main theories as for the foundation of theoretical framework: intercultural communicative competence theory, intercultural language teaching theory, intercultural foreign language teaching theory, intercultural communicative competence teaching module. From the theoretical framework, I developed conceptual framework. There are 4 components in the ICC teaching module: the cultivation of awareness, skills, attitude, knowledge. Hopefully, this teaching module will enhance Chinese students' ICC. As for the significance of the research for the teachers, they will prioritize the cultivation of ICC within curriculum framework. For the students, they will effectively navigate intercultural communication situations. For international higher education, there will be a paradigm shift in the landscape of international higher education. For the MOE, there will be sustained support for the implementation of ICC-based educational reforms. The participants will be mainly enrolled freshmen at Detroit Green Technology Institute, located in Wuhan, Hubei province. I will use ICT-ICQ to conduct experimental research between two groups. I have compared the past studies on ICC teaching modules. Here are the 5 examples, and most of them included the 4 components. The CAK module developed by Penn in 2022 is the most comprehensive and most suitable for Chinese university students when compared with all the guidance documents at home and abroad. That's why I will choose this module as the foundation of ICC teaching module in my research. Take a closer look at the research in China. There are few mixed method research and cultivating ICC among Chinese university students. For research methodology, this study will employ mixed method experimental design. To answer the first question, the instrument ICT-ICQ will be used, and the quantitative and qualitative data will be analyzed by descriptive and inferential statistics as well as thematic analysis. To answer the second research question, the instrument semi-structured interview reflective journal will be used, and the quantitative data will be analyzed by thematic analysis and content analysis. To answer the third research question, the instrument semi-structured interview reflective journal will be used, and the qualitative data will be analyzed by thematic analysis and content analysis. There are 4 major procedures in this study. The first phase will be constructing instrument and conducting a pilot study for both groups. After that, a pre-test will be administered for both control and treatment groups. Then, classes will be conducted with the ICC teaching module. Eventually, a post-test will be administered when the treatment is completed. The third phase in the research process will be analyzing the data quantitatively and qualitatively. The fourth phase will be reporting the data. Intercultural competence test has been proved by RAC analysis, includes separation index and internal reliability coefficient to demonstrate that this separation index exceeds the threshold, indicating improved ability to differentiate between various levels of ability or difficulty, and that the internal reliability coefficient surpasses 0.8, ensuring highly reliable measurement outcomes. These results show that the ICT has high reliability, can measure the intercultural competence of the examinees, and distinguish the examinees' competence effectively. The results of the pilot study of ICC questionnaire indicate that the questionnaire is reliable for data gathering purposes. The Cronbach alpha value for questionnaire is 0.8, which suggests that the statements in the questionnaire are internally consistent and the questionnaire is reliable. Furthermore, a reliability test run on the data obtained from perception shows that the Cronbach alpha value for perception is 0.76, which indicates that the questionnaire is reliable and internally consistent to gather data regarding students and teachers' perception on ICC. In order to conduct the ICC teaching module, I have developed a 16-week teaching plan. There were 8 topics for 16 weeks. The expected findings will review the situation of ICC teaching in China and the importance of integrating ICC teaching module into college English schools to develop Chinese students ICC. I hope ICC teaching module will enable Chinese students to become interculturally competent learners who can navigate diverse intercultural context, contribute to the global workforce, and act as intercultural ambassadors. Thank you. I'm really happy to answer all of your questions.